Hey, how about you, everybody? Welcome into the Corner Recruiting Show. I'm your host, Jeffrey Lee, Senior Recruiting Editor for Auburn Sports. Dadgummit. Today is Wednesday, October the 1st, 2025 for you. It is Tuesday evening, September the 30th, 2025, Russ. Same year, different month, different day. Keep that in mind moving forward with any today's, tomorrow's, next month, last month, this month. We will not do it. I guarantee it. If we do, don't hold me to it. All right, we got not a lot going on right now recruiting wise because it's almost in a standstill. We'll talk about all this, how the season's affecting recruiting, how the play on the field will affect recruiting. We'll also answer a bunch of questions, a bunch of different outlooks on recruiting and how the play on the field is affecting that. With me, as they always are, 100% of the time when I look up and I see their smiling faces looking at me and Alan Head waving at me. I know they're here, Mr. Cole Pinkston, Sir Alan Head. How about you, boys?
How about you? How about you, everybody? Slow last week, huh? Yeah. Nothing to talk about.
No.
Yeah,
Change of guard on the basketball floor.
Ooh, yeah. Had Bruce Pearl retire. Maybe some fans dissatisfaction. Yeah, nothing happened though.
No overreaction.
None. There would never be an overreaction at Auburn. Ever.
Never is, never were, never will be. Hey, before we get to the questions from the message boards, we're going to answer some questions. We're going to dish out some how about yous. Before we do, if you're looking in the market for a Chevrolet, a GMC Sierra, new Chevy Silverado, he's got them all, folks. Caleb Schofield with Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC out in Opelika. 334-531-0996. Get ready to smile, big dog. Going off exit 62 off of I-85 there, Glenn Smith Chevrolet has been celebrating over 33 years, dude. I mean, that's almost as long as I've been alive. Almost. 33 years of serving East Alabama and West Georgia for sales, service, and parts. Inventory is fantastic. I drive by it a lot. I see it, and it's like, great day. Are we still driving by the car mart? You know what I mean? It's a lot of cars on the ground and on the way, son. New and used, loaded with over 200 brand new Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierra trucks, hundreds of pre-owned, ready to go trucks. Give him a call. Caleb Schofield there with Glenn Smith, 334-531-0996. Tell him you want that. How about you special? He said somebody called the other day and was like, hey, I want the how about you special. And he goes, no, you can't have it. And then I said, well, how about the how about you special? He said, come on in, big dog. Give him a call. Tell him we said G. All right, fellas. Let's, as I kind of mentioned in the opening, well, here's the deal. Not only is, Auburn's offense sputtering on the field, it's, there's 3 straight weeks of away games, or non-home games, I should say. So you're not getting any recruits on campus. And then the buzz that you had hoped to create going into the Georgia game, which is going to be an incredibly big, massive recruiting day for Auburn, you've kind of lost, at least publicly, right? Your perception-wise. Yeah, I mean, you look on paper and you go, oh, you lost by 7 to the number 7 team in the country at their place. You lost by 6 to the number 9 team in the country at their place. On paper, looks pretty respectable. Problem is, people aren't reading the papers anymore. They're watching on TV, and they're seeing the travesty that is Auburn offense for the 3rd year in a row. Something that we didn't expect to see after the Baylor and Ball State games. We thought maybe Auburn had turned the corner. They were running the football with a lot of success. Jackson Arnold wasn't having to use his arm, and then all of a sudden, Auburn abandoned the run game, went straight to Jackson Arnold's arm. The flaws in the offensive line, the pass protection were exposed, and we're looking at it from us. Our job is, at least on this show, is looking at it from a recruiting standpoint point of view. So, like I said, I think the biggest drawback for us as recruiting guys is, the big, massive weekend that we're expecting still for the Georgia game. At least a little bit of that buzz has been chopped off.
Yeah, it feels that way now, right?
Sure.
I think there has, like everything in life, there needs to be a cleansing of the palate to a degree. And the bye week, unfortunately, just kind of fell at a bad time for Auburn. It didn't allow you an opportunity to get on to the next, right? So you're kind of in this awkward stage where fans are just frustrated given the offensive product that happened. And there's this overhang. But my suspicion is as we move into next week, some of that malaise will start to part and you'll have, some excitement because it is going to be Georgia week. And I do believe that these coaches are working the phones, and I think they're going to be out this weekend doing evaluations. And so there's going to be a ramp up as it pertains to recruiting. And again, as you talked about, Jeffrey, as bad as it looks, and it was bad on Saturday, right? Like let's not code it any other way from an offensive product. It was bad. There's an opportunity for them to still beat Georgia.
I hear you.
And if they have the right kids there and the environment is what it can be, what a statement for Auburn it would be. I think this would be the first victory in 9 games. Is that right?
I believe so.
I think Georgia has 9 straight against Auburn. So there's still a lot there, and that would be a huge shot in the arm for the staff. Would I predict that at this point? No. But this is why you recruit, right? This is why you lay the groundwork year-round to get kids to this kind of game for this kind of opportunity. And now it's incumbent upon the players actively on the team and the coaches to deliver.
Cole, your kind of take right now, what are we, about 10 days out from the Georgia game, kind of fresh off the A&M loss where we didn't see any improvements or adjustments like Reese Dismukes made light on the call-in show. But as far as the recruiting perspective, Cole, where do you stand? Like, I don't know what I would ask if you were to ask me that question. So I'm curious what your answer is. Like, well, what's going on in your mind right now as far as recruiting for Auburn?
Well, this is it. This is the big one. And this is always like, if you looked at the map of this recruiting cycle, this game was circled as a big momentum day, just as like a Big Cat would be.
Sure.
That's how this game is circled, right? So they're going to approach it that way. They're going to try to win the game, obviously, no matter what's going on, no matter the noise. Nothing changes from that standpoint. And I'll say, too, man, we've said this forever. Recruits are not fans. They're not fans.
That's right. Very well said.
They don't look at it like fans. Fan is short for fanatic, by the way. They don't look at it like that. They have a different approach, and their families and their camp, I like to call it, have a different approach to everything. And right now they're going, man, I can't wait to get to that game. It's going to be awesome. Jordan Hare's great. They look at it like that. And they do see Auburn as having a chance because they just dropped two really close games to, Texas A&M and Oklahoma, who are top 10 teams. And they're not reading our stuff about the game. They're not reading what the corner says about the game.
Correct.
They don't care about all that. They're not in our world. They're not in our world. You gotta get yourself out of our world for a second and understand that. And they're looking at it as a big game, and they're looking at it as Auburn's got a shot because they look like a pretty good football team to them.
Absolutely. I mean, and really, it's kind of an easy pitch from the coaches. And I want to go back to Jeffrey because you've got more experience this than anybody, right? But you lost by 6 points to Texas A&M. You lost by 7 to Oklahoma, both on the road. And what you're telling these guys is, look, we shot ourselves in the foot. You know what I mean? Like, this is on us. We can play better than this. Be here for Georgia, and you're going to see what we're capable of. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you can sell the part of we just need you now. Like, Auburn's accumulated talent, and I think everybody understands.
If we only had you, that's no.
That pitch can't be there at this point. It has to be taking ownership of the fact of, look, guys, we're better than this. We stubbed our toe on the road. There were penalties and other things that set ourselves back for why we didn't perform offensively the way we wanted to. But get here for this game. I'm telling you right now, we're going to be able to beat Georgia. You're going to see what Auburn's really like in that kind of an environment, and that's what you want to be a part of. Like, that's the pitch. But I want to get your take on it because, again, you've been doing this, longer and better than anybody.
And I think that the pitch is, you look at, you can't sell immediate playing time anymore. That's how you got the Cam Colemans and the Keldrick Falks. Okay. Now what recruits? So you don't have that to sell. So what else do you have to sell? Well, you have an opportunity to sell winning. development, championship, getting to the league. Those are the 5 most important things to recruits. And of course, the first one being immediate playing time. And listen, Georgia has hardly that to sell anymore at very few positions. Alabama, LSU, Tennessee, Florida. I mean, all the big schools that have recruited at an elite level, they don't have immediate playing time to offer anymore. So you're on the same level when it comes. It's not like, oh God, no, what is Auburn going to do? They had that before. That was how they got a lot of these kids. That's how they got a lot of the 24 and the 25 signees. They don't have that anymore. So what do you have to sell? Winning, championships, development. And so far on the offensive side of the football, they haven't been able to show that. And I think that's going to be big in the rest of this season, especially in the Georgia game. You can't have all those recruits there around all those Auburn fans who like to say family, but they're the first ones that, it can get ugly, dude. And you don't want those recruits listening. Can you imagine what the recruits at the Penn State game this past Saturday night thought about their fans? How embarrassing Penn State. I wanted Penn State to win that game so freaking badly because, as Cole and Keith has always told us, fanatics is synonymous with sometimes with idiots, okay? Look it up. You've got Fire Franklin and boos echoing throughout the stadium on what was a big cat type for Penn State recruiting day. Yes. And damn it, if they didn't they came back and could have, should have won. Either way, I'm just saying what's big for Auburn right now is winning.
Yes.
And if you're going to lose because they're the better team, not because you can't compete because of your unforced errors and your critical mistakes and your lack of discipline. That's what, if I'm in somebody's camp, if I'm in a 5-star camp, if I'm in an elite camp, top 300 recruits camp, I'm going, look, they can't even stay on sides.
Right.
What this coaching staff on the defensive side, I feel sorry for. Because we've talked about this ad nauseum. I mean, I hate to keep repeating it, but I mean, the defense is playoff contention worthy. And, well, do I want to be a part of a defense that's 5-7, but top 10 in the country? The development, all that on the defensive side of the ball, is part of winning, and I think that's going to be big for the Georgia game. And if you're going to lose to Georgia, lose like a man. Just get beat. Don't beat yourself. Get beat by the better team. So I think there's a big opportunity for Auburn, and continuing, or maybe regrasping some of this buzz, some of this potential for the season. It's a very big opportunity for Auburn, both on the field and in recruiting, and you're going to have to take advantage of it. And I hope for the next 10 days they're doing everything they can to do so.
Yeah, go ahead, Cole. I'm sorry.
I just want to say and be clear about this. Recruits are not fans, but they're not blind either to football, and they can see some of the things that we see as far as the fundamentals go, and why are they not winning? And I think they even understand at this point in year 3 of Freeze, they can look at that roster and go, now they're even with them. They should figure out a way to win at some point. And I don't think they get a pass with Georgia just because Georgia's Georgia. I think they need to win that football game. It's always been about wins from January to now. It's been about wins with recruiting. And if you can't do it, recruiting is going to take a big slide. And that counts for this Georgia game. This is not a mulligan. Right?
Yeah. No. Their mulligans were over the past 2 years. You didn't have to win the past 2 years, Cole. You're exactly right. This year is time to win.
And I'm not saying you're saying that, Jeffrey. I'm just saying that's where you put yourself. Your back is against the wall. There's nothing you can do about that at this point.
Big time. Because, all right, Jeffrey, you talked about the ability or the potential to seize momentum right here. And you and I, Cole, we all know that the swings in recruiting happen so quickly and so rapidly. This is a signature win game for Auburn if you can somehow find a way to get this one. I don't care if you pay the refs off. Whatever you got to do, man. Like, find a way.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, you find a way to a W. But you had opportunities for signature wins against Oklahoma and A&M. Those would have been signature wins. The only two, And this is not to discount Missouri. They just don't have the same brand that some of these other
Right.
teams do, right?
Right.
I think Missouri may be a better team than some of these other teams, honestly.
I'd like to see Missouri versus Georgia.
Yeah. But this is a signature game for Auburn. You get Georgia in your house and you win that game, that flips all kinds of momentum for you, both within the fan base and in recruiting. So it's just a massive opportunity. And if these coaches are, I mean, if they can make the corrections that they need to make, and maybe it's a lineup change, maybe there's some things, beyond just what the coaches can control, because there are some execution issues, right?
Absolutely.
So maybe they need to make some changes to their lineup or their depth chart or playing rotation, whatever it is, right? Like whoever's involved. If they can figure out a way to make it happen, there is an opportunity here for Auburn. And it's just incumbent upon them to have to be able to take it.
Well, let's see what some of our members wanted answers to, and then we'll close it back up at the end with anything we think they may have missed. Friesen 10, do you see Auburn making a move with any recruits that are committed to Arkansas now that they have let Sam Pittman and a few position coaches go? Travis Williams was also let go. Marcus Woodson was let go, 2 Auburn guys, or I consider Marcus Woodson an Auburn guy. So you've got Bobby Petrino, and I think the defensive maybe the linebackers. The D line coach is now the defensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know.
Well, he was
the only guy retained, wasn't he?
No, well, so the defensive line coach Deke Williams was released, but the assistant Chris Wilson was promoted.
Right.
Yeah, to the active defensive line coach and defensive coordinator, and I think he's been a DC before, previously at Oklahoma. Maybe out at Colorado, something of that nature. I mean, he's got a background as being a defensive coordinator. But yeah, with Trav and Marcus Woodson also being let go, you've got some GAs and some analysts that are going to have to step up there. And they've had a ton of defections. You can tell that Trav had his fingerprints all over that defensive recruiting class, both him and Marcus. And they're fantastic recruiters, regardless of what was happening on the field. For Arkansas, both those guys are fantastic recruiters.
I don't really recall Arkansas and Auburn going at it for many guys.
No,
I know Arkansas lost a commitment. I think he was a defensive back.
They lost the defensive line commitment. He's from Auburn High. Carnell Jackson is the guy. He plays for Auburn High right now. 2026 guy. He's been at Auburn a couple times, but they've never.
First I've heard of that.
Yeah, they've never really pushed or offered, I don't think.
No, they haven't. And again, Trav, Marcus Woodson, these guys are fantastic recruiters. They've got their fingerprints all over this class. But I'm going to take a different angle here. I'm going to take a different approach. And I think where I'm looking at it, because I know there's going to be some defections, the portal's going to be open or it already is open for Arkansas right now. So if you have guys that are looking to leave, 2 names that are interesting to me that are former Auburn recruits, Tavion Wallace, Bradley Shaw, both linebackers. Cole, you and I both talked about there's the potential that Auburn could be looking for a younger portal linebacker in this class. So those are names that are intriguing to me. Both guys, one's from Georgia, the other from Alabama. It would be natural for them to migrate closer to home. So those are guys I'm going to watch. But again, as Jeffrey said, I just don't see a lot in this class where Auburn is interested in a lot of Arkansas prospects or guys that were committed to their class.
No, I'm with you. It wouldn't be this class. I mean, the only one I would mention, Carnell Jackson, the Auburn High guy that just decommitted. He's a defensive lineman from Auburn High. Maybe down the road he's somebody they could give a look to. He has visited a few times. We'll see. We'll track him a little bit and see what happens there. Probably will be at a game before it's over with, if I had to guess. But I'm with you. You start looking at the roster because that's the day and age we're in. And Bradley Shaw was one that, kind of split as a staff. And I don't even remember, was it Durkin that was on Shaw?
No, it was actually Josh Aldridge. Yeah.
Aldridge. And I think the knock on Shaw was, at least for a scheme fit, I don't think they thought he was a bad player by any means. I think they liked Bradley Shaw. I think they recruited him actually pretty hard. Of course, he's the one we always came back to and said, but are they knocking the door down?
You got it. That was your line with him, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it was just because of a scheme fit. I don't think he was a scheme fit. I mean, Xavier Atkins is, right? Bradley
No
Shaw's a
question.
different guy. Like, he's a 235, 240-pound guy, more of a box linebacker, Mike. Now, he's starting for Arkansas, or at least he did against Notre Dame. So, he's a guy from Hoover. He was a former blue chip recruit, a guy that Auburn kept tabs on for a reason. These are the kind of guys you look at when this kind of thing happens.
J. Lee's Pinkhead. Have your opinions of where this class could end up rankings-wise changed after the first 5 games? Great question. If so, what are your projections for where they will finish? I think Cole had them inside or right at 10, didn't you?
Yeah, knocking on the door of 10, if not inside. Yeah, my opinion has changed because I was being optimistic. I will be clear about that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being optimistic for all my optimistic people out there, for my glass half full people. Because I know you're out there. You're in the silent majority for some reason. You won't speak up.
Yeah, that's how it always is.
That's cool. It's cool. I'll speak for us. But that was me. I was optimistic. I thought this was a season where things could get better. I certainly thought that after the Baylor game, right? And this is just where we're at, and this is how we have to answer these questions and approach them. I think if things continue on the trend they're at, no, this is not going to be a top 10 class. No chance.
I mean, I
Top
think
15, Alan?
I said top 15, and that's still on the table, right? There are games yet to be played that could be huge momentum swings for Auburn. And there are teams that are also playing poorly right now that Auburn can take advantage of if they can figure out how to rectify it. We just talked about one in Arkansas. Again, I don't think there's a lot on that commit list that Auburn's going to look to pick off, but a Florida, a South Carolina, I mean, there are schools there for Auburn that to be able to take advantage if they can figure out a way to straighten things out on the field. But again, we have talked, I think, ad nauseum through the summer about how performance on the field would be coupled in this recruiting class with its overall ranking.
Yeah.
And that was going to be reflective. They needed to figure out a way to get to 8 wins for this class to really kind of legitimize itself as a top 15 type class. I think anything less than 8, if you get into that 7 range, it's dicey because of the position your head coach is in. There's going to be so much talk at 7 and 5 of Hugh getting fired that I don't know what would be capable at that point.
Completely agree. 8 and 4 doesn't change my projection of, I mean, anywhere from, I think we were around 12 and Cole was around 10. It wasn't like we were far off, but I think, can Auburn still finish 8 and 4? Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely believe that.
Yep.
A matter of fact, I might, I don't think, I still think Auburn can go 5-1 on the back half.
Yeah. I mean,
but that's kind of the point, though, right? It's totally predicated on that.
Sure, that was kind of my point. It's like, well, my season projection or prediction of 8 and 4 has not changed. All the games that Auburn has won, I predicted. All the games Auburn has lost, I expected. So I'm still at 8 and 4. Although it's, I remember there was a time where I was like, but I'm kind of leaning more towards 9 than 7. Well, now I'm leaning more towards 7 than 9.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, maybe I should have listened to Trey and not been able to change my prediction.
He tried to tell you, didn't
he? Tried to tell me, didn't he? In fact, Trey AU's getting a how about you for me tonight because he tried to keep me straight, man. He really did.
That's hilarious. But yeah, you know what? Jelly's Pinkhead, that's almost a question you could ask weekly,
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be a moving target.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if Auburn beats Georgia, look out.
Yeah.
And if they continue.
If Auburn beats Georgia, listen, that is you're talking about a landmark moment. That would be what was the year Gus was about to be fired? I mean, it was over.
2015, the LSU game. It was loser goes home, right?
He rises from the phoenix, like a phoenix, right? From the ashes, like a phoenix is what I'm trying to say. And then he goes on. I think wins some more games that year and ends up in a bowl, and it looks okay. And then it's just like, is that where we're at? I mean, because it's teetering on the brink of watch out, right?
It is, yeah. I mean, I think that season is a great
Yeah.
comparison, honestly, because while it's not loser go home between, Hugh and Kirby, because I think even if this game is tight, Hugh's not getting fired directly after Georgia, right?
No,
Right.
I don't think so.
But there will be other games that it will have that feeling. You know what I mean? Like lose to Georgia, then you got Mizzou coming in. That one feels a little bit more desperate. Now all of a sudden you got to go on the road to Vanderbilt. That one feels really big at that point, right? Because I think you lose to Georgia, you lose to Mizzou, and then you go to Vandy, and you lose that one, and you've lost 5 games already in the SEC.
Do you think
That's
Auburn will be favored in every game except Georgia and Alabama?
So I looked at the ESPN predictor today, and as of right now,
That thing had Auburn at 10-2 at one point. Remember?
they had Auburn at 10-2.
Well,
They have Auburn losing to Georgia, losing to Mizzou, and losing to Vandy and Alabama, with wins against Arkansas, Kentucky, and Mercer left.
6-6.
I'm gonna say
6
like
and 6.
the only games you could realistically give
That ain't
Auburn.
gonna do it, big dog.
No, that's not enough. The only games you could realistically give Auburn an edge in right now are Arkansas, Kentucky,
Yeah, and both of them have quit already.
and Mercer.
Look out for Petrino, big dog.
You better, you better. Now, you're for sure that was the 2015.
Thank you, Colbert.
I'm sorry, it took me a second. You're for sure that was the 2015 season that I was talking about.
Yeah, 2015.
So that would be the 2016 cycle, right? That they were working on at the time.
Yes.
Okay, well, they ended up with Derek Brown, Marlon Davidson, Nate Craig Myers, Eli Stove, Kyle Davis, Antoine Jackson,
Which were huge recruiting wins, whether they pan out or not.
which that class, according to the on 3 that averages everything, was 5th in the country. I don't think it was that high on some of the others, but top 10, I think it was.
Is either 15 or 16. Give me just a second, Cole.
Well,
No, it was the 16 season. 15 was with Muschamp, and they finished 7-6.
There you go.
So in that case, the next season or that cycle they were working
17.
on, they ended up with Calvin Ashley. Okay, TV Moultrie, Nick Brahms, Devin Barrett, Austin Troxel, KJ Britt, Malcolm Askew. That was that class. Big Cat Bryant was a late flip.
Yeah.
Big Benogany.
Was Tyrone Truesdale in that class?
Truesdale.
2-star Truesdale.
Yeah, baby.
I think Newkirk was. Anders Carlson was in there.
That's actually, Jeffrey and I were actually changing information on that one. That was like the first time I was like DMing with you, like, hey, man, I think they're about to get Tyrone Truesdale. And you were like, who is that?
Submitted to Mercer or something, wasn't he? Oh,
it wasn't anybody big, that's for sure, man.
Technically, Jarrett Stidham was also in that class. He was the late addition.
Huge.
He was. And that was actually Trav's first class at Auburn. And he had a really good linebacker class because you had KJ Britt, TV Moultrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to what we're talking about, that was technically according to On 3 that averages everything, 13th ranked. So outside of the top 10, they had been hitting in the top 10 before. So I just thought that might be an interesting case study for where you're currently at, because history.
Did Auburn finish 9-4 that year? Did they go to a bowl game and win, or was that 8-5?
2016?
Yeah,
I think they were 8-5.
8-5, because didn't they play Oklahoma? They got hot down the stretch and beat.
They lost to Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl, I think.
Yes, yeah.
Sean White was their quarterback.
Yeah, Sean White. Remember, his arm fell off before the Georgia game, and then Cameron Petway tore his hamstring running. You know what I mean? Like to. Yeah, Petway it popped his hamstring against Vandy and was completely ineffective against Georgia.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that team had a chance to make some noise, man.
All right, let's see what old Lubin McKay wants to know. Do our flip targets change if Beamer and Napier? This is a really good question about some guys we talked about pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
Get canned. Marquez Daniel, Darius Gray, Landon Duckworth. Of those three guys, talk to me. I don't feel any of those three guys.
Not if this current coaching staff is in place come signing day. Like, to me, for any of those three to land at Auburn, and of those, I would say Marquez Daniel would probably be the one out of that group. I don't see Landon Duckworth landing at Auburn. Darius Gray, we were never really in it. I think Jake tried to get a visit, or they were working on that.
I was looking at South Carolina commitment list, and the only names that really pop out to me are the twins, Aiden and Andrew Harris, who were about to commit to Auburn like 6 different times.
Yeah, and there hadn't been much there since. But those are, if you're talking about guys you would really like to get back on campus, those would be 2 you would like to get back on campus, right?
What's South Carolina's record right now?
Not good.
Okay.
I think they're worse than Auburn. I think they've only got 2 dubs on the season so far, but let me check it.
Yeah,
you check that. I want to look at Maryland's football.
Got smacked by Vandy. That was when they were.
And then they got turned back around the next and got beat by.
Well, why is he getting tossed around as the Virginia Tech job? Because
of who his dad is.
Yeah, because Beamer was there, I guess.
Well, he's fucking terrible, man. I said Farkin, by the way. Maryland football record. I'm just trying to look at the.
You're looking at Maryland or South Carolina, big dog?
I'm looking at Maryland. You're looking at South Carolina.
Okay.
Maryland Terrapins are.
I'll hang tight.
Are they 4-0?
Yeah, I think they're actually off to a hot start.
So South Carolina is 3-2 with victories over a garbage Virginia Tech team, South Carolina State, and Kentucky, and losses to Vanderbilt and Mizzou. Now they've got games against number 13 LSU, number 5 Oklahoma, number 10 Alabama, number 4 Ole Miss, number 6 Texas A&M, Coastal Carolina, and the Suckfest Bowl against Clemson at the very end.
Yeah.
Well, Maryland hasn't played a freaking team with a heartbeat. They beat Florida Atlantic, Northern Illinois, 20-9. Towson. Can you imagine opening the season with Florida Atlantic, Northern Illinois, Towson?
They don't care about the fans in the stands, man. They just trying to win games, dude.
Then beat Wisconsin, which is freaking terrible.
Yes, they're awful.
So they are 4-0, but they're about to have Washington on Saturday. Then they've got Nebraska, UCLA, Indiana, Rutgers. What a cakewalk.
Yeah, and the word in the industry was Mike just needed to get to 6 wins to keep his job there in Maryland in College Park. So I think they'll get to that 6, and so flipping Zion Ely becomes more problematic at that point.
There you go. Let's see. Hey, you notice the hat I'm wearing, big dog? And the shoot stompers that I'm stomping with. Brunt Workwear. Hey, and you know what? We've got testimonials from some of our members there at Auburn Sports. By the way, if you're not familiar with Brunt Workwear, choosing work boots used to mean you either had to sacrifice comfort or you had to sacrifice durability. If they felt good, they didn't last. If they lasted, they wrecked your feet. Trust me, I know. I got big fat feet. Brunt thought that was BS, man. So they built the tough boots that feel great from day one. And I can attest to this. No break-in, no sore feet. They're ready to roll. Because we don't have time to be breaking in stuff. I'm just telling you. No doubt the most comfortable work boots I've ever worn. I've even I've been surprised. I've chosen them over my cowboy boots several times this past week. And I wanted to read Blake R. As someone who just started using Brunt Workwear, I will be taking advantage of the How About You special they are offering. I approve everything. And then also Slack Daddy said Brunt boots are the real deal, sir. Great pickup for a sponsor. Go to let's see, get $10 off at Brunt when you use the code War Eagle at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com, use the code War Eagle, and you're good to go. And after you order, they'll ask you where you heard about Brunt. Do us a favor and tell them that it was from this show. Tell them we sent you. Brunt Workwear. I appreciate Brunt Workwear. I love them. Fantastic. Good stuff. Quality stuff. Really good. Love them. See, I even like the hat. Even the hat's quality, by the way.
I like the hat.
I mean, it's ready to go,
I like
son.
boots. I got to get on that.
These are the Marins. Rhymes with Karen. And again,
I really like those a lot, actually.
I was bush hogging the other day, and I didn't want to wear them because they look so good. I didn't want to get them dirty. You can wear these to church house, man.
You sure can. You can wear them to Red's little schoolhouse.
Absolutely. And tell oh my God, what's her name? Allison. Tell Allison there at Red Schoolhouse that we sent you.
There you go.
There you go.
You know, Kid Rock and Hank Jr. go there all the time.
They do. There are pictures in there.
I believe it.
I think Kid Rock's got a farm over there somewhere.
They got hunting land in Raymer.
I did.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I had heard that for sure.
Yeah, she says Kid Rock, and they come in there and just shoot the shit and sit down and eat. It's not like they go, everybody off this side of the, real
Jamie
cool cats.
Johnson as well. That's the trio. Apparently, they go in there all the time.
That's not the guy who sold his soul at the Crossroads.
No, that's Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson. There you go. Speaking of,
he sings In Color. You know that one?
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of singing to the tin can,
yeah.
Robert Johnson was in that movie.
Great
movie. Great. I see some
of Robert Johnson.
Sure, right.
Right.
It's
good top stuff. 5 movie of all time for me.
I would not argue that at all.
Listen, I knew you both would know when I said Soggy Bottom Boys.
Oh yeah.
You knew where we were coming with that one.
He's bonafide.
He is bonafide. You said I got hit by a train. Well, bonafide people get hit by trains.
I'm a Dapper Dan man.
That's one of the greatest scenes ever.
For sure, dude.
Well, we don't sell Dapper Dan.
You know, that guy was actually just the store owner of that place.
Was he really? He was really good.
Not an actor. They said, "Dude, you got to be in our movie. You're fantastic."
And he was really good. Wow. Now, if you won't, we'll have it delivered in 2 weeks.
This man was just doing his job.
Well, you're about 2 weeks from everywhere, aren't you? War Eagle J-Man is a minimum of 8 wins, bowl game or not. Well, if you get 8 wins, you're going to bowl game. Needed to have a top 12 recruiting class post early signing day. This is kind of what we were referring to earlier.
Yeah.
I think it all, as Cole said, is predicated. Is that the word you use?
Predicated.
I like it. I'll allow it.
I think it means what I think it means.
Yeah, I do too.
You're using
depended upon.
Yeah, there you go.
Depended upon is a minimum of 8 wins needed to have a top 12 class. War Eagle J-Man, I think it is.
I think so. Yeah.
I think anything if Auburn finishes 7-5.
Honestly, if you get 8 wins after what we've seen on the field,
right,
that's a pretty big turnaround. I mean, that shouldn't be your bar. Don't get me wrong, but based off of what we've seen, 8 wins seems like Everest.
You want the Missouri game to be even bigger than it is right now. Beat Georgia. That will be the biggest game on the schedule. If you beat Georgia, the Missouri game is huge.
Yes, from a recruiting standpoint, because it's just continued momentum.
Yes.
Right? Because you've got another top 20 team coming into your house and an opportunity for you to showcase exactly what you did the week before. And if you're somehow able to get that one, well, all of a sudden, Auburn, from a recruiting and a fan standpoint, I mean, it's night and day, man. I mean, it's night and day.
You realistically have a shot at 9 wins.
You do. I still think Vandy's tough on the road. I mean, I think that's incredibly tough.
But I mean, I told you this before. I expect Auburn to beat Vanderbilt every time they play them. And anything except for baseball.
No, I'm with you. And that's the problematic part for Hugh here, right? Like, as good as Vandy is, you go in there and get beat, you're still Auburn, right? Like, that is not the expectation ever.
Yeah. So, J-Man, 8 wins, man, to be top 12. I think that's absolutely necessary. I think anything below that, and there's no telling what we're covering come December.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no telling. But, hey, we'll be here.
We will be. We'll be covering it. We're just not sure what it will be.
We're gonna be here.
Knight Rider. What do you think is more important going forward in today's era of college football? If you had to choose a guy that's known for recruiting, like Hugh Freeze, or a guy that's known for results on the field, like Brian Harsin? Oh, did I say that?
He was. I mean, he'd won a bunch of games.
He was at Boise. He was. I get the context of the question, and I think it's still a little bit of both, right? Like you have to have somebody that's a serviceable recruiter. Like you cannot have somebody who's just 24/7 ball at this point. You're watching that unravel right now. I mean, I guess allegedly he's all about ball. Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well.
And you're seeing what that is. And maybe that's a bad example, but
there's some other issues there. But yes, I know what you mean.
Maybe Mike Lombardi will watch this and make a TikTok about it later.
Well, you don't want to. I don't mean to cut you off. Like a Mike Gundy, obviously a Mike Gundy, or even a Dabo Swinney to an extent. They're not really changing with the times.
No,
you don't want that. I mean, Dabo's. I can't. I know how you feel about him, Jeffrey. Can't critique him too much because he's still got a pretty good product. Now we'll see how it ends up this season. This might be the season that changes that opinion, but too soon to say on him. But you know what I'm saying. Like you don't want to be behind the times for sure.
No,
Zach in the back has got a great answer. Yeah. And he said the real answer is a balance between the two. And listen, look across the country. All your elite coaches are a balance.
There's just so few at the level.
And he said like Dan Lanning. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cole. Yeah, I'm like Dan Lanning, Kirby, Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I think the days of stacking rosters.
Too soon?
No, not too soon. I mean, look, give Kalen his flowers, man.
Huge, yeah.
To be fair, anything is too soon right now. We're 4 games into the season.
Yeah.
Right. You know, 10,000-foot view, you're right, Cole. But right now in the moment, it feels pretty accurate, right? But I think given the era of the transfer portal and the spreading out of talent, right? Like the ability just to stack classes, the Georgia teams that won national championships in 21 and 22, you're not going to have rosters like that anymore. I just don't believe that, right? So coaches that have the ability to make in-game decisions, crucial adjustments, is more important now than it ever has been. And especially when you've got this group of guys that are waving in droves year in and year out. I mean, has Auburn had a recruiting class with less than 30 players in it since Hugh Freeze has been here? And think about trying to get in the ultimate team sport, getting guys on the same page when you have that much churn each and every year.
45 this past class?
Right. 45 new guys, half of your active scholarships, right? Or more than half.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be a healthy balance. I think Dan Lanning's a perfect example. People don't want to hear this. Lane Kiffin, phenomenal.
I was going to say Lane. Yes, that's exactly. I was waiting on you to stop so I could say Lane Kiffin.
Look, I saw the stat 2 weeks ago, and it made my jaw drop, but it's true. Behind Alabama and Georgia since 2021, Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin are the winningest program in the SEC.
Wow.
That tells you how important in-game adjustments are in in-game coaching and being able to get production from the quarterback position regardless of who's taking snaps under center or in the gun.
Thanks, Landry.
Can I ask y'all a question real quick that goes off of this? And hopefully I'm not
no, you're good. Go ahead.
Whoever question number 6 is, hopefully this is not their question. I think we all were on board with the idea of build this thing out of high school, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I was.
Okay. Has anything changed in your opinion?
Yes.
As far as that goes with meshing with portal? Because I will say this. Brian Harsin actually hit on some really good transfer portal evals. Marcus Harris, Ekuliota. There's a few others I could name. Now, it wasn't like a crop of good evaluations. It was a few out of the crop. But does that it's a different it's a different transaction with the portal. It's not a long game. It's speed dating, right?
I think they almost have to be 50-50 now, Cole. I think they almost Because just like basketball, I think basketball did this before football, but a lot of teams, older, experienced players, where the swings and variants aren't as severe, right? Like you have a more of an idea of what you've got. The floor is more assured than with a high school player. And so I think there is a push to get older rosters because you're able to install more quicker. You know more about what they're capable of. They've been exposed in a college strength and conditioning program and in game action most of the time. So, yeah, I think there is definitely, it needs to almost be a 50-50 split of what you're bringing in now, portal to high school, with also a healthy balance of retention. I think retention is the biggest key. If you can figure out a way to retain your playmakers, the guys that you know you want on that roster, that's the biggest piece. Don't let them get away and be able to build around that.
All right, let's see what Jimmy Foosball wants to know. Kids are individuals and will be affected differently. But let's say there's a coaching change. Is there an optimal way to time that for recruiting? Has NIL changed this at all? We've seen Virginia Tech fire. We've seen Arkansas fire. We've seen who else fired? They're one of their three.
So there's UCLA, Virginia Tech,
UCLA,
Oklahoma State,
Oklahoma State.
Arkansas. Those are the ones that are all open. Obviously, Florida is very much rumored to be coming open here relatively soon.
Is there an optimal? Is that the right move?
I think there is an optimal time because of the fact that it opens up the transfer portal immediately for you for a 30-day period. And if you're someone that has a lot of talent like an Auburn or a Florida, you want to do your best to safeguard that roster.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the question because people so often think that getting into the market early allows you to kind of vet the field and get better feedback from agents as far as what is on the table for them or available. But I think you can do that just as easily by having quiet conversations in the agent community about who's truly interested in your job. Where it becomes difficult, and I talked about this a little bit on the call-in show, is when that hope within the program is completely devoid and you're losing people within the stands and there's money being lost because you're not having people there, and the optics, like even when you bring recruits in, you got nobody in the stands. You know what I mean? It's just, it becomes a really difficult situation to kind of pitch forward. So that's when you probably make the change, whether you want to or not. But I think if you're talking purely on recruiting to avoid the opening of the transfer portal, you want to do it later in the cycle, if at all possible. You would like to get within probably 2 to 3 games at the end of the season before you do that, as opposed to doing it so early. But if you look at the programs that did it, I mean, Gundy, bless him, man. I mean, I'm a man, I'm 40, still one of my all-time favorite quotes.
That was great. Yeah.
But the game had passed him by to a degree, unfortunately. UCLA, Virginia Tech, those were putrid situations.
Yeah.
Arkansas, I mean, I've heard mixed things as far as what happened there and what they wanted Sam to do and why they went ahead and made that move. But I will tell you this, if what I've heard is accurate, I'm a Sam Pittman fan after that.
Always have been.
Yeah. I'm also a proponent of making offensive line coaches head coaches. I'm all for that.
Little Brent Key.
Yeah.
Shout out.
There you go. I was going to say, I think it's more, to me, it's more of a momentum thing than a timing thing, Alan. So in other words, I could liken this to when Cadillac took over, right?
Yeah.
It was a dead program. I
Yes.
mean, Auburn's never going to be a dead program. They got too much money for that. What I mean was the momentum was completely dead. I've never seen a stadium clear out like it did in the Arkansas game that year.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yes.
We're not there. I want to be clear. We're not there right now. Because the Georgia game is going to be packed. And it's going to be great as far as atmosphere goes. But when they went to Cadillac, resurgence. They didn't even have to win. Like, They beat Texas A&M. I think they lost to Mississippi State, or did they beat Mississippi State? I can't remember.
They lost in a very close game to Mississippi State. Robbie had the ball in double overtime, I think, with a chance to.
That's right.
To tie it, and we didn't. We came up short,
and it didn't even feel like it mattered. It felt like the resurgence was already there. No matter what you did in this game, the energy's back, right? And so I think it's all dependent on that, on the momentum. If it gets to a point where it's getting that bad,
yeah,
you got to make a change, and then you better make a move that gets the energy back. And I'm not talking about perception. I'm talking about real energy, momentum.
No, I'm with you. I mean, and a large part of the time when you have an interim. Now, I think Auburn's in a unique situation because they have a legitimate interim that they could turn to if they need to that's been a head coach before at the Power 4 level. So it's a little bit different. Like a large part of the time, and I don't want to.
Similar to Arkansas?
Yeah. I don't want to besmirch Caddy here, but like handing it off to Caddy was so symbolic, right? This is an Auburn legend that we're giving this to.
Mm-hmm.
And Caddy handled that great. I mean, if you look at like the Oklahoma State situation right now, Doug Meacham, he's like the cool uncle that's letting the kids shoot fireworks off the side of his boat. You know what I mean? He's just letting them have fun.
Yeah.
Stick in your butt. Right. You know what I mean?
The crazy thing about it is when you do that, when a program gets to a point where it's stagnant, sometimes just letting them have fun makes the product on the field better.
I agree. But I think Auburn's situation would be different. I think if you're putting DJ in that seat, that's a legitimate audition for him.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's going to be handled a little bit differently, but I'm with you, Cole. I think again, when the hope is gone out of the program, that's usually when ADs make that move is when, cause probably like Penn State, when Auburn got the break speed off of them in that game and the stands emptied out. I think everybody thought it was going to happen the next week against Missouri, but then like the most miraculous play ever happens where the dude drops the ball before he even gets into the end zone.
Yeah.
And so then it carried forward for a couple more weeks. And then, like you said, Arkansas was just like the moment where you knew it had to happen. Like there was no more.
The wheels fell off.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
the wheels fell off the entire fan base, and it was everybody was done.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, a lot of different avenues this season in this recruiting class can take at this point. There's so many different ways, so many different routes to be taken to get to early signing day. But I hope it's a good one. I hope it's. I really do, man. I hope for this staff, for this fan base. I really hope Auburn can get it figured out on offense because I feel like if they do, they can win some damn games. And I think there's hope, man. As I said, I'm not there. I'm not ready to fire anybody. I still think 8-4 is very doable.
Yeah.
And I hope that's the way. And I still think that after if and when Georgia comes to town and loses or beats Auburn.
Yeah. No, the only thing that I would say is that I think he would be well advised to win one of the next two if he can. Now
you lose to Georgia, you've got to win until Alabama.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not like you can't go 8-4. It's just now you've made the margin for error so small, and
right.
They are with that. They don't do so well with that. So everything we know about it just feels like Everest, but
But it starts one game at a time, right? And if you're Hugh Freeze, if you're that defensive coaching staff, if you're the offensive guys, it's us against the world right now, right? Like if you're looking to put that chip on your shoulder to give you some extra motivation, well, now you got it. Okay. And so you need to play like that. You need to play with an absolute attitude. We heard Rich Deesmukes come on to our call-in show, and he talked about the passion, the energy, the anger that you got to play with in this game. And it's a gladiator sport, dude. Okay. And you've got to be able to match your opponent's intensity. And I don't know that, I'm not there. I'm not on the sideline. I don't see it. You know what I mean? But it does feel like something's missing. And if Auburn can just get a spark, and I think if they can just get off to a good start against Georgia, and again, I will say this, and I'm probably going to get flooded with DMs from Georgia fans who think I'm an idiot. It's fine. Georgia's not what they have been.
Correct.
Auburn can play with Georgia.
Correct.
Okay. They have the talent to do that.
Sure.
Completely agree. I think it's I think Auburn has the talent to play with everybody on their schedule. I really do. Just need to get some things fixed, some things cleaned up, and I mean not just on the field, but in the game planning and in the play calling. And I mean, there's the talent's there, fellas.
Yes,
it is.
Talent's there. All right, let's get some how about yous before we get out of here. For a relatively slow period of recruiting, I think we had some really good questions. A lot of different. Again, everything is so predicated.
Yes.
Cole, you're just a little off tonight, big dog.
Well,
Alan never did get my Petrino joke.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, you did?
When you put the neck brace on, I was just trying to be the one pro that didn't laugh at Bobby and his motorcycle. And the road rash he had.
Iconic, dude. That is iconic.
That it is, isn't it?
Oh, I cannot believe that dude has weaseled his way back into the head coaching position at
I can.
Arkansas. I guess you're right.
He calls an unbelievable game. He calls an unbelievable offensive game.
Hey, let me tell you something. I was hoping for Sam Pittman's Arkansas to come to Auburn. Like Petrino's Arkansas might be a different.
Yeah, they were. We've already seen it.
Well, I think the offense, he's got them dialed in. The question to me is can he get their defense to breathe some life into them? Can he get them to play?
That's their problem.
That is
they love Sam Pittman. And boys love Sam Pittman's a player's coach now.
He was. He's a player's coach. Trav was a player's coach. Those guys loved him, right? And so now you fired a guy that was very, very
beloved,
popular. 3 guys that were popular in that locker room.
Yes.
And I get, again, the production wasn't there. But to me, Bobby's going to need more than just offense to beat Auburn. Because so it's can he get that defense to play? And that's what I don't know yet.
That's a situation that could get really ugly before it gets better.
That's true.
And it could, and it very well probably will get better if they give him time.
All right, I got some how about yous real quick that I'll throw out. My 2 I've already mentioned for their Brunt advertisement. What do you call that? A review? Their Yelps. Blake R. Slack. How about you, big dog? Testimonial. How about that? Testimonial for Brunt Workwear. And then Tuesday, Rice DP 105 just absolutely dunked on Delicious.
Did he really?
Delicious was going back and forth with somebody, and they were like something about an onside kick after a safety. And he goes, "You can't do an onside kick after a safety. Learn the rules." And Rice said, "We literally did an onside kick after a safety." And he goes, "Yeah, but we didn't recover." And oh yeah,
oh my God,
we would just argue, man.
He said, "Learn the rules," and then Rice said, "We literally did it like a week and a half ago." And he goes, "Oh yeah, but we didn't recover it."
Had it gone one more yard, it would have been Auburn football.
So how about you, Rice DP 105?
Rice is one of those where he's going to keep trying and trying. He'll get our attention eventually.
He got a hit or 2 in there.
You know what? Rice got it for all the right reasons this time, and good
right,
for you, Rice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good for you, big dog.
All right, I got a few. I'm lumping some together. I just have so much respect for Hugh. Can it be now? The question mark.
Spell it.
Hugh. Can it be now? It's all one word. It's like the song. You've heard the song, I think, right? Maybe.
Who can it be now?
Hugh. Can it be now?
Hugh, can it be? Like I do. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's a song by Colin Hayes. It's got the saxophone in it.
I don't know.
That song, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Gotcha on it now. So Hugh Can It Be Now and TDAU Tigers, that's all one word. They, during the Oklahoma week, they both went to the Friday night Oklahoma State game, the night that Mike Gundy got fired. And I don't know if they wore Auburn stuff or not, but they were posting pictures from the game. They're like, well, since we're here, let's go check out another college football game.
How cool is that?
And when I called them in there, I was like, you guys are football sickos. And I really like you. Like you're going to get one for that. So those two guys were both at the game Friday night before the Auburn Oklahoma game. ABLWDE gets one. And he gives me an awesome post. And then G Russ,
good one.
G Russ, man, he had my back. For some reason, somebody jumped in my thread and said, does anybody actually read this?
Oh, hell no.
That's just how, that's how it is. G Russ said every word.
Yeah.
And then TC15 gets a ×2 for me because I saved him twice for two different things. TC15, he's been all with me with the film all week.
Okay. How about you, big dog?
How about you?
Mr. Allen Head.
Okay, got a couple. Well, more than a couple. I got 5 this week.
Come on now.
I know, man. Love Lady 2530.
Very, very good. Very good.
Oh no, what was his 25 what?
30.
That's my college buddy.
Get out of here.
We were
Really?
intramural refs together.
Wow.
Sure did. He's probably he's probably got a story or two about me.
I'm sure he does. He's a great guy, man. Great poster. I've truly enjoyed him. War Eagle GSU.
Oh yeah.
He was on my short list. He didn't make the cut.
He didn't make the cut. All right. Well, I'm
honorable mention.
There we
he
go.
will. He has plenty of times. So
I believe it. The return of Danny Archer, because Danny's been missing, but he's had some fantastic posts about his thoughts on replacements for one Hugh Freeze should we need an interim situation.
Is that his name now? The return of Danny Archer?
No, I just did.
It's Danny Archer.
Danny Archer.
I wrote down the return of Danny Archer. I thought he might have gotten banned and came back.
Nah. AU Brian 98.
Yeah.
Had a really good DM with him, DM conversation with him. But how about you? Great guy. Watches the show. Really appreciate his patronage. And then I can't tease it and not deliver. Give one to Trey AU. Okay. He tried to make sure that I maintained within the scope of responsibility of a prediction as a prediction. Trey, how about you?
Hey, I've got one from all of us. SR-71 _ Blackbird.
Yes,
You're
sir.
right.
Give him one for
Can't
sure.
believe we missed him.
Yeah. That's my bad. Blackbird, we've been there, big dog, and I'm grateful for your man up saying, "Hey, I was wrong."
Yeah,
he made it right, absolutely, one time over. And also, I'm going to throw another one in there. At Buckhead Ram.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Also was on my short list this week.
Hey, listen, he had a rough Saturday night, and he had crossed the line a time or two, and so I gave him a 48-hour. He just needed some time away. He needed to cool off.
Yeah,
and he handled it
like a pro.
like a champ, like a pro, like the pro he is. I think he was one of the more popular, if not the most popular, poster on the corner in the was it? Yeah, in the tournament.
No, wasn't it AUMBK? Wasn't that who that was?
Now we crowned him.
Oh, was that
we made an executive decision on that, but I think the fans' choice was Buckhead Ram.
Okay, I like it.
So Buckhead Ram, appreciate you, big dog. You're a fantastic poster. I hope you understand. I feel like you do because you came back and you handled it real well. Same with Blackbird. We got some really good. We got some great, man. I'm telling you, 95% of our members are freaking awesome. And then you got,
yeah.
Then you got those others, and we try to weed them out.
The old 5%ers, but that's okay, man. It's what makes the world go round, right? Can't appreciate the good ones if you don't have a few that make you scratch your head.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. I do. I have to ask myself now. Why do you want to be here exactly? I can't figure it out.
Yeah,
but thanks. But thanks.
Yeah, when I see those, I oftentimes think to myself, message boards are wild places, man.
It is, man.
Let me throw in one more. Nash Tiger.
Yeah. Listen, Nash is a good one. We had a little bit of a disagreement the other day, but he's a great poster, dude.
He is. He actually posted on the corner a poll about who you pulling for, Alabama or Vandy, and there was almost like 40% Bama, and I was like, something's not right here.
Yeah.
And so I made a similar, the same post, except I made it transparent. Like you had to own up. You knew who voted for what,
right?
And I didn't give him any credit. And my apologies to you for that, Nash. It was a great question. Only reason I did it is because I was like, something's not right here,
right?
And it showed once you made people accountable for their vote. It was like 85% Vandy, and then when you looked at the 15%, the rest of them were Bama trolls.
Yeah, you got Saban sauce, you got Bama Tiggy. You got all kinds of Bama. I'm looking at it right now.
I love my sister for Bama. Something like that was on there.
I think there's 3 of those. They're repeats.
Was it I eat mayonnaise sandwiches in my double wide? Was that on there?
Cousin Grinder for Bama. I saw that one on there.
Iowa offered more. See that one?
See, this is one of those shows, dude. I can't even look at you after that
one. Oh God! So fantastic. Yes. What is that called?
Natty Life.
Natty Life.
That's them.
That's how you know right there.
Fantastic, man. Y'all stick with us, man. Don't give up on this team yet. Let's see what happens. And get fired up for Georgia, man. Yes. Don't let these last 2 games get you down, man. Think about what you can do. We all know the home field advantage at Jordan-Hare can be immense. So we're looking for a big recruiting weekend next weekend. There's going to be several official visitors. We're going to go through all that next week on next week's recruiting show, get everybody ready for the big recruiting weekend that will be. And stick with us there at Auburn Sports. Don't forget about Caleb Schofield there at Glenn Smith, man. If you're in the market, if you're coming up with want a new Silverado, want a new Sierra, want any kind of Yukon or Tahoe, give him a call there. Give him a call, man. 334-531-0996. Tell him you want that How About You special. And we appreciate Caleb sponsoring the show. Same with Brunt, man. Don't forget to go to Brunt Workwear and get that $10 off using the promo code War Eagle, capital W, capital E, no spaces, War Eagle. All right, folks, that's going to do it, man. We appreciate everybody listening. We appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back Sunday night for the call-in show. For Cole, for Alan, for Zach in the back who stayed in the back, I'm Jeffrey Lee, man. Y'all stay at left lane.